G'day, I'm David, this is Simon. We're from the Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery and we're here in Carr Villa Reserve in Norwood, Launceston, collecting moths.
Tasmania has a very diverse moth fauna. It's one of the largest orders of insects in the state, and we think there could be as many as 13 to 1400 species of moths. Now, we know there's about 800 that are named and are well known and you can go out and collect. There's probably a couple of hundred known unknowns, so that's species that we know are in collections but they haven't been given a name yet. And there's a certain number of unknown unknowns, which is the totally new ones that pop up whenever you do surveys like this. So we're still finding new species of moths all the time. And then there's another group that are possibly coming into the state via northerly airflows from the mainland. And with climate warming, those sorts of things are probably going to increase, and a percentage of those might be able to breed here in Tasmania as long as their food plants are here. So if you add all those together, we're probably looking at around 1,300 species of moths in the state, which is quite a lot.
So I'll show you the gear we're going to use tonight. We know that moths are attracted to light, so we've got this really whiz-bang ultraviolet lamp. We've got the lamp set up here, mercury vapor lamp, but it also produces a lot of white light, so we've got a broad spectrum of wavelengths there. We'll get all types of moths, but we'll also get lots of other insects as well. We will be contributing our catch to the QVMAG collection, but you as a citizen scientist can get involved by either going online and finding out what's available through iNaturalist or similar platforms, or simply just go out and find out what moths come to your light tonight. What you see on the sheet already are a bunch of mostly beetles, but there are a couple of moths around, smaller moths, micro moths. Simon will be happy to collect those. But then at this time of night also you get these big dung beetles. These are Geotrupes, an introduced species. I don't know, they're cool as.
Underneath they're brilliant bluey, purpley sort of colours. And these were introduced from the Mediterranean region to bury cattle dung, because the native dung beetles can't cope with cattle dung. A great many moths feed on nectar, so many of them are important pollinators. Now, when you're walking around during the day, you might see lots of honeybees and things, flies flying around flowers and pollinating them. If you could see as well as night as you do during the day and you're walking around, a lot of those plants would be covered in moths at night, right? So they play an important role in pollination. And because they're so diverse and there's so many of them, they also provide a very important base to the food web. So they feed everything from spiders to bats. For example, a medium-sized microbat colony can eat a couple of tons of insects every night. So that'll give you some idea of the enormous numbers of insects that are flying around out there at night. So moths are a really important food source. Now, of course, for every moth, there might have been a couple of hundred caterpillars that didn't make it to get that one moth. So each female moth can lay hundreds of eggs. So at different times, there are literally millions of caterpillars out there. And they also provide an important food source for a whole range of other things. But there are other things that people very rarely think of. All of those caterpillars are eating plants and they're pooing around the clock every day. And all that poo is raining down onto the ground and providing nutrients for the plants. So just like any ecosystem, everything has a role in it, and moths, because they're so diverse, play a really important role.
the Natural Sciences collection is based on having a range of animals, and in this case a range of insects, from across the region and through time. And so what we're doing is to continually build up our collection of animals. There's so many new animals yet to collect. And we go out to these different places year in, year out. And that's how we build up a good, deep understanding of what lives where and when. And particularly now where we're in this changing climate environment. And so what we're getting now will help us understand how our native species are reacting to the warming climate, and also we'll be able to see what mainland species are coming in. I mean, we're getting pretty good data sets now. It's very likely that one day, one year when we're doing this, we'll start to see many more mainland species just pop up. Another thing that we'll be doing is providing our data to the City of Launceston's Sustainability Action Plan. And what that allows us to do is contribute to the knowledge of what the value is of these urban reserves. We've only been here an hour and we've already got 30 or 40 species of moth and quite a lot of other species of insects. So it just goes to show how diverse some of these urban bushlands are. And so we'll add these to the QVMAG collection, and that makes them a permanent record of what was living here. And it all contributes to our better understanding of moths and reflects their importance to the environment.